I'm Doxy.
I'm Zenify.
And I'm Richard Satchel, and you are watching or listening to Greynoise. Welcome to episode 183 of Greynoise, the show where we are here and you are there. We are here live at the Sin Shop as we are every Friday night. The Sin Shop is located at 1075 American Pacific Drive, Suite C in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are the most Las Vegas Valley hackerspace in all the verse. A couple of announcements here. There is a job posted in the Greynoise jobs posting board, or if you are in the Sin Shop Discord, the same channel there as well. To join our Discord, you can go to Greynoise, GREYNOI.SE/Discord. Also this weekend, Hack Your Hackerspace, Sin Shop Cleaning on Saturday, February the 9th, 2019. Why do we put the year? Anyway, your mother isn't a member here, or we'd ask her to help, but she's not, so we're asking you. Lockpick Night is this coming Monday. That's February the 11th at 6 o'clock p.m. As far as we are aware, Chen is hosting it as usual.
As far as I know, yeah.
There we go. Okay. Also, the Sin Shop has its Project Night every single Tuesday night, which is also an open night. So if you're interested in checking out the shop and seeing what it is exactly that we do around these here parts, you can come on down and check it out during the week. So if you'd like more information about the shop, you can go to sinshop.org. To find out more information about these and other events, go to meetup.com/sinshop. If you'd like to tweet to us, you can do so at Greynoise Media, but the best place to interact with the show is our Discord, which you can join by going to our website. That's greynoi.se/Discord. And with that, how was your week?
It was rough.
It was rough.
On Wednesday.
I just want to jump straight into that.
You know what happened to a story? So we're going to talk about a story much later. It's called Wells Fargo had a data center fire and their shit went down.
Oopsie.
I didn't have a fire.
Not a euphemism.
But I did take down a data center.
You took down a data center?
Yeah.
Because you told me you didn't.
Technically, somebody else hit the button, but I gave the call.
Let's not play coy. What did you do?
I said, yeah, sure, let's test it in production.
Fuck it. Fuck it, we'll do it live.
Wow.
Fuck it, we'll do it live.
It was a backup system, and I didn't think it would do what it did. Like, why would it do what it did?
So we'll
just crash the whole fucking thing.
Walk us through that day. I want to hear about the whole thing. Like, as much as you can tell us about what was going on. I want to know like your thought process, like you giving the instruction.
First 4.5 hours, it was me going, yeah, you could type that. Oh, you need me to log in for you? Okay. And then when he goes, hey, which one do you want to back up as a test? I go, let's do that one. It's the most critical VM we have.
Ugh.
Why not? Ugh. And then after he hit OK, my RDP session went black, and I was like, that's fucking weird. And then I hear McNutt, who I work with, go, hey, did you take that thing down? And I go, what'd you say? And then that's when it all started.
Do what now?
Yeah.
What was that? Say that again?
Yeah, so that was the turn of events.
How far did your heart drop?
A lot.
Yeah.
Into your ass. Straight into your ass.
When the first thing went down, I was like, oh, fuck, that's not good. And then when I realized the whole virtualization system was down, that was really not good. And then I was like, man, it's only a matter of time before I start getting phone calls. And surprisingly, it took like 10 minutes for me to start getting phone calls.
That's a long time.
We were already on it.
Wow.
How
many systems were impacted?
I think like 24, 25.
Oh.
Okay. How long did it take you to get everything back up?
You know, in the data center, it's like critical stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like mission critical stuff.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want that.
It was like 25 minutes.
Not terrible.
Yeah.
All around, not terrible. What did you learn from this?
Not to test shit in production.
I mean, I feel like you knew that going in.
Oh, I knew. No, so here's the thing.
Here's the thing.
I knew it as the dude told me. I was like, I should really trust my gut here and not do that one. Like, why would I do that one? But then I'm like, well, the overall goal of this whole system is to make sure that one thing is the one that's being backed up. Mm-hmm. So fuck it. Let's test that one.
I mean...
If you're ever saying fuck it at work,
don't do that.
You should probably not do that.
Yeah.
If you're ever like, fuck it, let's do that. Nah.
So I am going to do some late night testing this weekend.
Oh.
When there's nobody awake.
When no one's using it. Okay. All right.
So that's probably the better call.
I mean, I got scared for you. When McNutt hopped in the Discord, I was like, what?
Yeah. Because he never talks.
McNutt never talks, and I never know if he's telling the truth or not. People think I lie. I can never tell when McNutt's telling the truth because he's so subtle about it. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm not looking for a new job yet. So.
Yeah, I was just about to ask you. So where's your new job at?
Yeah. As long as it's not the last place.
Right.
Oh boy.
That was my week.
Speaking of jobs, there's a gentleman who may or may not be watching tonight. His name is Denzel. He works at a Home Depot in the Las Vegas Valley. He was a really cool guy. He helped me find some hinges.
Oh, shit.
I told him I would give him a shout out on the show tonight. So if you're watching tonight, Denzel,
what's up, Denzel?
Appreciate the hinges.
Dude, I'd be sick if he was watching.
That would be
He'd
pretty
like,
dope.
hey.
You know what I learned from what you just said though?
What's that?
I should probably ask associates at stores for help. Because I just end up walking around for like 45 minutes to an hour going, no, I don't want the help. And then I just leave, research it later, go back, still can't find the thing, and then just forget the project altogether.
I have two problems with that.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it take you 45 minutes walking around the store? Number one.
I just do that naturally because I'm just bored.
Number two, why don't you just search on Amazon in the first place?
I mean, I usually do.
Like, I have had no reason to go anywhere besides Amazon.
I guess it's hardware store stuff. Like
especially
when like
you work on your house.
Yeah, like working on like just doing upgrades. I go there to find like the exact piece. Which, by the way, I did that like 3 weeks ago, and I bought the wrong piece twice.
Yeah,
and
even after all that work.
Well, yeah. So just in case anyone thinks I'm getting paid by Home Depot, I will tell you this: if you're going to go to someone and ask for help, be prepared to be disappointed.
At Home Depot.
Ask a couple other. Not specifically, but today specifically, yes.
Now it sounds like you're shunning Denzel at Home Depot.
Denzel was fantastic. No,
he's the one that got it right.
He's the one that got it right.
All right,
absolutely. Denzel got it right, but the two people before him got it completely wrong. So you have to. There are diamonds in the rough. Denzel is one.
I've saved myself from that by never going to home improvement stores because they're depressing.
Why?
Why would I want to do things manual labor?
So it can be fun sometimes.
Can it
clear your head?
You want them done?
Someone will do them if I pay them to do it.
He doesn't own a home.
To clear, don't call me out on the line. And number 2,
you said you're going to rent for the rest of your life.
That's accurate. Okay, let's move on. Now I'm just feel attacked. I am going to rent for the rest of my life, and that's fine. Now I feel attacked though.
That's the night, man. Damn. Like, the past 48 hours, everybody's.
My week was fine. Nothing fantastic. But I do feel like it's annoying when you are. So we talked last week about tools and like how there's always another tool. But when there's not another tool, specifically AWS, when you want something specific from it and it's like just not quite there what you need, and it's just annoying at that point. Specifically AWS. I'm working a lot on that, and it's just annoying. I have nothing further to say on this besides it's annoying. And I just wish sometimes AWS was more better. Not a real phrase. I wish AWS was better about their command line tools. That's all.
I just want cloud fever to end.
I don't have cloud fever.
No. People want to use the cloud. Use the cloud. If you want to use it for things that have to expand and contract, I get it. I can dig it.
Like auto scaling and stuff. Yeah.
High availability, sure. Mm-hmm. I get it. But everything doesn't need to be in the cloud. I feel like some, especially like C-level people, think that cloud is the be-all, end-all of everything, and I
just like it for having to build less servers on-prem.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean,
easy for me.
When you make it somebody else's problem.
No, it's my problem because I have to do it. Oh, when I
make
a building,
down, yeah. Like
if Amazon, like if AWS is down, there's probably a much larger problem.
Yeah, that's why it's like when I was like an Office 365 administrator, when that shit went down, I'm like, all right. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna call Microsoft and go. We know.
Wasn't me.
If it's like a outage to that level,
yeah.
They don't give a shit about me.
Right.
They have their own problems.
Yeah, they got shit going on.
Yeah, so that happens to AWS.
Which I do like that. Okay. I do like that.
But see, if you have customer-facing stuff, though, the customers don't care.
If you have customer-facing stuff and you build it on-prem.
No, if you have customer-facing stuff and you built it in the cloud, and Amazon's shit goes tits up, right?
Oh, and they're like, why can't you fix Amazon?
Why is your website not working? Well, ma'am, you see, we've contracted through Amazon. They don't give a shit.
Yeah.
They can't buy a Beanie Baby or whatever.
They're like, okay, so can you fix Amazon? Can you go tell them to get their stuff back up?
Yeah.
Well, ma'am.
Go do
the Rachel Act over there.
Ma'am and or sir, here's the thing.
Right.
If Amazon's down, we have much larger problems.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be like, get on the phone, Amazon IT, pick that server back up. Community Mike.
So this actually brings up when I first moved to Vegas, I worked for a company that provided customer support for other companies. And the part I was part of had most of their stuff built in Amazon. I don't know if you guys remember, like 2 years ago, they had this huge outage.
The DNS one.
Yeah, we got affected by that one.
We talked about it.
And it was the same deal. Customers like, what's going on? Pretty much all of us were like, what are we supposed to tell them? Like,
shit's fucked.
I mean, but see, again, like, why wouldn't you just be like, Amazon's down? And I mean, they won't understand that because why would they understand and or care? But I feel like there's nothing wrong with being like, hey, Amazon's down. Like, what does that mean for me? I'm like, if Amazon's down, the internet's down. Like, Amazon isn't the internet. I understand that. Don't yell at me. But if Amazon's down, it's a much larger problem at hand. Like, there's nothing we can do about that.
And I mean, it's an IoT device that the
Even
company
worse.
produced that we were supporting. So like, it's one of those things where it's like,
You mean to tell me that Amazon's down and that's why I can't open my front door?
Like I'm trying to use my buzzer. Well,
I just want to use my goddamn toaster. Shit.
I've, in those scenarios where hosting has been done by a third party and we're just like the middle ground, contract, whatever. I've just lied. I've just been like, you were the first person to call about this issue to me. I'm going to put you priority one at the top of the list. Your stuff's coming up first. Thank you for letting me know. Mm-hmm. And I've known it's been down for like 2 hours.
Right.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, so that goes
it
back.
Works.
That goes back to
they get off the phone with me
30 seconds ago when I'm like, why? Like, and I totally understand that people don't understand. And like, it's more annoying to be on the phone explaining to them why they should understand what's wrong. But I guess I'm answering my own question. Why lie to them? Like, people should be aware. I don't want to say people should be aware of how dumb they are, but they need to know that the way things work. Like, if Amazon's down, the internet's probably down. Like, it's not a thing where it's like Amazon's down, like, just get it back up. It's not a thing that happens. Yeah. It happens so infrequently. I can probably count on one hand the number of times Amazon has gone down. And, like, that's a problem they should be aware of. Like, if you notice this, it's part of a much larger problem. And I know that people don't want to hear that because they're like, it's not my issue. You should take care of that for me, you being the IT people in their life. But if we don't lie to them and tell them, it steps towards them being more aware of what's going on in the tech world. Yeah. Like that way they ask less dumb questions like, oh, fuck. They check the thing like, oh, shit, this Amazon service is down. Oh, Amazon is all down. Maybe it's a bigger problem than me. And they're like, hey, Zenify, is Amazon down? I'm like, yeah, you got it. It's just one less thing you have to worry about.
I wish that would happen, but that will never happen.
Well, yeah.
Okay, we said never because I don't say we, but people treat non-techies like dum-dums.
Well, but here's the thing. Do you know how to replace a garbage disposal?
Nope.
And you have no desire to learn?
Nope.
But when your garbage disposal's out, you call a guy and he comes and fixes it.
Yeah.
Well, what if he calls you? What if he says, hey, man, I can't come fix it. Amazon's down.
I feel like that is. I want to say that is the worst analogy because garbage disposals aren't linked across the world. Unless it's an
IoT one.
Wait. This is a serious question. Are there IoT garbage disposals?
Heck yeah, there is.
You think there ain't?
I honestly don't think there are.
I would put money that there is.
If someone could fact check that for us, because I'm not going to say there aren't, but I didn't know there were IoT garbage disposals. Yeah. But however, along with that, if I said not that your garbage disposal is down, but that your internet enabled garbage disposal is down, like it doesn't work because the internet's down.
The first thing that I get is just smart garbage monitoring system using
smart garbage monitoring system, which is not a smart garbage. And I totally get what you're saying.
Yeah,
like
doorbell.
Like the
doorbell doesn't work.
They're like, hey, I haven't heard my doorbell ring in 3 days. Like, well, your internet's down. Like, what the fuck does that have to do with my doorbell?
Exactly.
But if we explain why, that'll be, like I said, baby steps, of course, but still steps towards them understanding all these integrated services and why it matters that one thing is up for the rest of them to work. And it won't happen overnight. It's not going to be easy. People are dumb. I'm dumb. I don't understand stuff a lot of the time, but it'll go a long way in the future for you not having to explain these things over and over again, or us not having to explain these things over and over again.
That'd be nice.
It would be super nice. It would be super
It'll never
nice.
happen. I would love to create just like a macro, just like play a clip to people, but
hey, you could.
I could.
You could, except the internet's down.
Oh, it's true.
Community mic.
Well, it's. I think a lot of it just comes down to the whole mentality of I paid for something, it should work.
Mm-hmm. And that's entitled baby shit.
Yeah.
I don't stand for that.
What?
That's entitled baby shit.
Wait. I want to go back about 2 months.
Well, I'm listening.
When you were.
Oh man, you're going on my memory. Oh fuck, I gotta watch the whole episode again.
There was a certain internet service provider.
CenturyLink?
Yeah.
No, that is outside the realm.
Oh,
wait. What did I just say?
It's outside the realm.
No. What did I just say in response to that? What triggered it?
Oh god damn it!
See, what?
I paid for it.
Yeah, I
paid for it. It should work. Look here. Going back to CenturyLink.
Yeah.
I paid for it. It should work. I paid for it for 2. I don't remember the time frame now. A month, maybe. I paid for it for a month. Didn't work at all during that month. I give you a day. I give you 2 days. If I'm super nice, I'll give you a week. A month? Go fuck yourself.
You paid for it. Well, so you had it previously, though.
I had
so
had it for up to a year.
You've been paying for the service.
Yeah, I've been paying for the service.
And you were just simply moving it from unit to unit.
Literally from this block to the next block. I didn't move far. I didn't move across town. I could literally pick up my router and walk it to my next place. I didn't move
You could lightly toss a baseball to your...
Yes. I could knock it. I could look out. I could see where I was moving to.
Yeah.
That's outrageous. That's different. That does not count.
Just saying.
We do not.
I'm sure they had a perfectly... Well, as a matter of fact, actually it is a good analogy because they were relying on third-party contractors to do the install.
And
the third
I think
no. That's CenturyLink. That's CenturyLink.
Really? It was a tier 3 that was supposed to come out to them.
Yeah, that's CenturyLink installers. That's in-house company stuff.
The fiber installer.
No.
All right.
But still,
no different in St. Louis.
No sir, Bob.
Contractors. All right.
No sir,
I know Cox uses pretty much only contractors.
Okay, well there you go.
Yeah.
In that case, if you had the same experience with Cox, it would be a good analogy because they're using third-party contractors to deliver the service to you.
I mean, and Cox was there the next afternoon.
Yeah.
And I was still mad about it.
I got you.
About having to have Cox in the first place.
Right. But I'm just saying, like, if that same situation had happened with Cox, and it was a third-party contractor, you would not give a shit that third party went down. You just want your goddamn internet.
That if they're like, as far as like connecting my internet, I would get upset about that because I don't care that. This sounds very mean. I don't care that this person got sick or called out. Like, reallocate those jobs to someone else. However, if the internet's down, you can't reallocate the internet to the internet that doesn't exist. And as a tech person, I understand that. As a person who's not a tech person, you wouldn't understand that, and I totally get that. But
that's really all I'm saying.
I hear you're saying. I don't agree though, because it's like you can reallocate jobs. It'll be shitty. Lighten this person's load because they're not there that day and reassign it to someone else. I mean, and also I can wait another day. That's fine. 2 weeks, outrageous. Go fuck yourself.
Fair enough.
That's a whole other thing.
I did poke that bear on.
But with the internet, that's like an all or nothing thing. Like, you don't kind of get the internet. You either have the internet or you don't. That's an entirely different thing.
This is also an entirely not really. This is a semi-entirely different thing.
Okay.
So. It is actually just a question on my part because I really don't know how this works. So I've read in places that if the internet, all of it is gone, that there's keys, dispersed throughout the world, like 6 or so of them, and you only need like 4 of them or something like that. And if these people bring them all together, I know this sounds really Captain Planet-y,
this sounds
real. It rebuilds the internet, like the infrastructure part of it. I've read it somewhere, and I don't know if anybody in the audience knows about this. I'm not insane.
What would these keys be? Like what would these keys be to rebuild the internet?
So let me go back maybe 45 seconds where I said I have no idea the answer to this, and I'm asking you guys.
You asked the wrong fucking people.
That sounds crazy as cat shit.
I think it's real.
That sounds like a post-apocalyptic story. Like we can get the internet.
I mean, I said it might be Captain Planet-y.
We need 4 of the 6 keys.
Yeah, look, February 28th, 2004. Meet the 7 people who hold the keys to the worldwide internet.
Where is that at?
That's on The Guardian.
I'm going to read that article because I don't believe anything you're saying.
It sounds
right
like
now.
Stuff of science fiction. 7 keys held by individuals from all over the world that together control security at the core of the web.
They control
top-level domains. No one can hear you on the thing.
They control what .com, .net, .org. But do they have a hard drive full of every .com address? It doesn't.
So that's what that is.
Hold on a sec. Community mic.
Yeah, it seems like it's from what I can tell, like I've heard this story before and I've read some stuff, but obviously I don't remember. That's more about security. It's like the top level DNSs.
Okay.
And yeah, it's essentially if someone were to try to like wrest control of the internet, it's about 14 people who have access to 7 keys. And it's like a majority rule. I think 4 of the keys have to be used at once.
Yeah.
Would be able to regain control.
Interesting. Okay, so that's literally what I was asking. Because like I said, I don't know shit about that.
7 keys, 14 people. What if 2 people that own 1 key disagree?
It's majority rule. He said. Yeah.
There are 7, but if
there's 7, 2 people disagree over one key. You only need 4 out of the 7 or so.
Okay. So
you don't need all of them.
Who wins in that power struggle though between the 2 people that have that one key?
I'm sure it's
whoever
whoever
gets
gets
4 people. Whoever gets 3 other fuckers to agree.
Yeah.
You just assault them.
All right, I got to think about that.
Just like that security researcher.
It's like
pro.
There's 3 of us here.
Yeah.
If 2 of us say we want to do a thing and the other says no, it's a sad day for that guy.
No, but I'm assuming these are for you said the top level domain, so like .com. So like I have no idea what's going on here, but I imagine 2 people hold the key for .com. These 2 people only have the key for .com.
No, it's not like that at all. It's all of them. It's
they
like
all
Muffin said,
own
it's certificates to gain access. It's the authoritative measure to go, hey, yeah, I could control these, and it goes, oh yeah, you could control those, and you only need 7 of them to build that certificate. I think.
Okay, that sounds
like a lot of stuff you don't understand.
Okay, now I'm actually back on board now. I'm on board with the keys being real.
I don't want to be that dumb on the podcast right now, so I'm going to let this slide right now. But I'm going to look into it more, and we're going to come back to this because I understand in a sense, but in another sense, I don't understand. So we'll come back to that because that's confusing me.
Root zone database. I'm just looking at what Muffins.
Okay. We're gonna come back to that because I would have to read a whole bunch of stuff, and no one wants to watch me reading. It's not very fun.
Are you sure? Have you tried it?
I make a lot of noise in our read, so maybe. Who knows?
Do some Twitch live streams. You just reading and maybe eating. I hear that's really popular.
It wouldn't surprise me if that actually became a thing. Like
what people eating?
Yeah,
it already is.
That's already.
That is a thing, and I watch it a lot. I'm not gonna lie.
Weird thing.
Live casting. Just
mukbang. Right.
Watch someone take a nap.
Yeah. Wow. People do that.
Oh yeah.
People sleep funny. You can't. What are you gonna do? People sleep funny. It's interesting. All right.
Wow.
Anyways, speaking of what,
there's one thing that doesn't require keys: fire.
You
like the one at
Wells Fargo.
Hey, take us away. Take it away.
All right.
Tell us more.
Wells Fargo this week had a data center fire. I can't recall entirely, but I think I read/heard that it was construction company doing something in or around this data center, and then it kind of got out of control.
So what I heard, I don't know exactly what caused it, but there was a gas leak which caused the fire.
Yeah.
And one of the technicians on site said the backups are either unavailable or can be accessed, and I don't know why they didn't expand upon that, but that's why everything went down, and they couldn't fail over to another data center. There was no redundancy.
That outage, it screwed up the other 3 core data centers somehow.
Yeah, that data center was either crucial enough or architectured in a way that fucked up the rest of their infrastructure, so that they couldn't. I see someone getting up. They want to talk about it. Yeah,
so they had
you don't be shy.
They had it. I was gonna.
Okay, go ahead.
The same thing. Yeah. So they had it set up. They have 4 different data centers that were set to fail over. There was basically a smoke detected in the facility, and the fire suppression system basically shut everything down automatically. It was like, oh crap, there's a fire. We don't need power running through here right now. We're just gonna go ahead and stop that. Apparently, the shift took a lot longer than it usually does, than it was made to.
The shift to the other.
The shift to the other. Yeah, shifting the load to the other facilities. So that's what took the long time, and that's why it just kind of dropped out. So people had a hard time using their credit.
It was like over
ATMs.
8 hours, right?
It's still going on as far as I understand.
Oh, really?
Is it?
Starting Thursday morning, issues lingering into Friday afternoon Pacific time.
Oh, yeah, because Chen did say something about that.
Yeah, last I heard, there's no resolution or fix. I know I heard yesterday afternoon there was no ETA for a fix, and as of today, I haven't specifically looked, but I do peruse articles during the day.
Yeah, I
haven't heard anything about a fix yet.
I just saw on like various like comment threads people going, I was supposed to get my direct deposit today. I don't see it in there, but allegedly it did deposit correctly. You had to call the automated system on the phone and let the assistant tell you.
Yeah.
Because mobile and web were just like
which is weird because I was hearing that a lot of people were even going to the banks and the tellers and whatnot couldn't access their accounts
because it's all web based.
Yeah, so I can't imagine the automated tellers can tell you if no one can access the accounts. But I have no idea.
Yeah, the ATMs especially were down.
Yeah. Community Mike.
Yeah, Wells Fargo was my bank. And
sorry.
I had one where
is your bank or was your bank?
They are my bank.
How angry are you, first of all?
Honestly, it doesn't really affect me.
Oh.
I'm the type of person who like immediately empties out his check into various things and then uses just credit cards for everything.
Okay.
So I wasn't too affected because I don't have a credit card through them. Well, I do, but I'm not using it. But I will want to say I did have a scenario where like I went to the actual Wells Fargo location to deposit a check, and none of the ATMs were working.
Yeah.
But I did go to one of their mobile ones, and that one seemed
mobile one's like a mobile.
like what you'll do is like you'll go to like
it's just like one of those in a parking lot.
Yeah, they're in
Just
a
like
parking lot.
unit.
There's just like a single like
yeah, okay,
and
I
that's
see
all
that.
it is.
Yeah.
And that one was working fine.
Interesting.
Interesting.
So I'm not sure if
that
it's
is
just like
Oh, yeah, that might.
that's probably and that's probably why the automated
said
system works
satellite.
is because it's located in or has a different type of connection to one of the
Yeah.
data centers
It's not using like
compared
level
to-
3 or anything.
Yeah.
connected through a VPN or something.
Damn.
Interesting.
Well, that's
So I don't, as of now, I don't know. But if you have Wells Fargo, I'm sorry. Based on this community mic person, we should check out mobile Wells Fargo locations. Other than that, GG. I'm sorry. I apologize. I don't know.
is it still? Yeah, I mean, as of 57 minutes ago. Oh, I guess this is very interesting that I just read. It's a top story. Wells Fargo system outage affects local customers and it prompts a lot of scams. So I guess people are taking this opportunity to scam customers.
They're like, oh, you need your Wells Fargo check or your check processed into your Wells Fargo account? I'll do
Yeah.
that. Just give me your account number and blah, blah, blah. God,
And
people
your
are,
PIN,
people are fucking scummy,
your
man.
first,
They are.
second, third, and your other security questions to various sites.
If you have Wells Fargo, just be careful.
So apparently the fire was this. Oh wait, no, this isn't the same one. The
Oh,
San
there's another
Francisco
one?
gas explosion. That's not the same as the Wells Fargo. It is.
I heard they were related.
We can't.
Oh, they're related. Oh, okay.
We
Okay.
don't know.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Unsubstantiated
Claims.
claims.
Because I don't think it was a huge explosion. I think it was centralized. I don't know. It's talking about ass. I have no idea. I think it was centralized to their data center. Like I don't think it affected a lot of things outside of that. But I don't know. Who
The
knows?
I think the smoke came from.
Smoke came from.
Well, so they were saying in the article that they're not. The question from the audience was where did the smoke came from? They were saying in the article that they're not even sure that there was smoke. That it could have been a malfunction in the fire suppression system.
That's what I'm hearing.
Whoopsie.
Bunch of unsubstantiated claims.
Whoopsie.
We'll figure it out and get back to you.
Well, that was from the article.
the
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I'm saying
yeah.
we will gather the facts and we'll let you know.
Our crack reporters will go.
Our crack team
the-
of researchers,
the
like
bank's
crack and
the bank CEO said in a statement, the recovery was not as rapid as we or our customers would have expected.
understatement of the fucking year.
Yeah.
Hey guys, wasn't as fast as we wanted. Is it? Oh, is up now? No. What? Shut your mouth then. Go fix it.
Still not as fast. Yeah.
Still not as fast as we wanted. We're working on it. Okay. All right. So you have nothing for us then. GG.
I wonder how much they are losing, like
Oh, that's
per minute now.
I wonder how many people close their accounts over this. Actually,
So I worked for a very major financial transaction place in that had a data center that was a DR site in St. Louis.
Okay.
In Hazelwood, you may be
Oh,
familiar
yeah, I
with.
know.
Yeah. Okay. So I worked there for a while, and if there was a down, it was if the entire facility was down, it was being measured at, I want to say it was like tens of millions of dollars per second,
Ugh.
something like that, because it had to do with like Wall Street transactions and all that stuff, and they paid.
I don't want to be anywhere near involved with that.
Yeah, no,
Fuck that. That is so much stress.
yeah, a little bit, a little bit.
Yeah.
I just plugged stuff in. This is like 2007. Yeah, and that's back when several $1 million was a lot of money.
Hey, Satchel, fix this. Hey, I'm just a guy that plugs shit in.
I just put the thing in, man. I don't
I don't know what to tell you.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
But
Well, anyone else have anything to say on this? Any other comments, objections, thoughts?
Sometimes shit fucks up.
Which is something I wanted to talk about actually.
Ah,
Sometimes shit fucks up.
I'm the Segway master tonight.
So a coworker asked me about the story earlier because they thought I would have insight, which of course I have none because what I know, and I was like, these systems that we as people trust to be secure and locked down and like better than normal are usually 9 times out of 10 not. And I referred backward to the Equifax hack of a year ago, 2 years ago, and I was like, yeah, exactly.
Which one?
Let's just say which one. The Equifax hack, the CTO in charge during that time, the person who's supposed to make sure things like this are protected and mitigated against and to not happen, had never held a tech position before. And not to say that makes them unqualified out of the gate, but
you might want somebody that has some sort of idea, the lingo that
you want someone that knows something at the highest level to at least reassure people, be like, hey, I know what we're attempting to do. We're working towards this.
I know what success looks like.
I know what success looks like. But if you have someone who's never held a tech position and they're the ones leading your charge against fraud, hacking, all of these things, and you're like, I have no confidence in you. But at the same time, it's like, hold on, community mic.
So another example, it's a bit older. Secure Life, the Social Security protector service. My favorite example is when their CEO drove trucks with his.
I remember those.
Social Security number.
that was
someone else. LifeLock.
LifeLock.
Trucks with their Social Security number on, and he got his identity stolen 9 times.
I think it was 18 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, so many times.
Legitimately, the only purpose of that PR stunt, the entire company.
Yeah.
I think there was a recent interview with him, and he said he still has to kind of deal with that.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
Just because you're insanely rich doesn't mean they're just going to grant you a new Social Security number.
13 times. More closer to you, but still somewhere in the middle. So and he got sued a bunch off of that as well. Because people are like, you can't vouch for this. Look at you idiot.
Yeah.
Yes, but again, shit happens. The things that people expect to be secure are oftentimes not secure.
Yeah.
Not for any particular reason. No, I take that back. Cost.
Yes. You're done.
100%
You're done.
Cost.
Cost.
It's like we could make this better.
Yeah.
We could do better. We could have better practices, but also
I like hoarding a majority of the world's resources.
That costs so much money. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
That's like we could implement a better security system, but also, guys, then my bonus goes down because I got to pay for that.
No, you don't want that.
You know how many ex-wives I have? Shit.
Yeah, so then it's just like.
But honestly, actually, I mean, again, and you've heard me say this 5 billion times, I'm sure, it's worse than that. It's not those guys being greedy. If they are not greedy, then the shareholders can kick them out. If the CEO of that company isn't returning the maximum amount of profit possible, the shareholders can give him the boot.
Well, shit.
He is fine. He is legally obligated for their fiduciary well-being.
And so, no. Good point. And with that said, don't trust anything. I mean, trust it to the extent that you have to put your assets and stuff somewhere, but always keep an eye on stuff and always have multiple stages of failure. Don't put your eggs in one basket.
Right.
Is that that's the thing?
Have multiple avenues to recover yourself.
Yeah, because stuff is gonna guaranteed. Everything you think is secure is gonna fuck up. Every company you trust, every place you put your money, everything you depend on for your day-to-day livelihood, Google Maps is gonna break sometime in the future, guaranteed. Google Music or Apple Music, Spotify, whatever, it's gonna break.
Yep.
Everything you trust and love and depend on is gonna break. So don't look at them as the bastions of stability and fortitude, because they're not that. They're just as shitty as everything else we've ever seen. Maybe some are better. Maybe some are better off than others.
Yeah, but
they're still just as shitty. Something's gonna happen and something's gonna break. Someone's gonna get a good idea, or rather a bad idea, and be like, "We should definitely do this right now." It's like, well,
someone's gonna say, I'll go ahead and test this in prod.
Yeah. That guy's gonna lose a lot more money.
We are very well suited to work at any of these companies. Yeah, but that's all I have to say about that. Anything is liable to break at any time. It's a very unfortunate fact of life, but it is still a fact of life, and that sucks. But
I think you were trying to segue into something you want to talk about. I can't remember because I don't even know how we got into the financial bit.
Well, that was because Satchel said something that segued into the. You mentioned something about stuff not being reliable, and then I was like, nothing's reliable. And then now I want to talk about YouTube's dislikes.
Yeah.
That's a terrible segue. I mean, YouTube's dislikes, they're reliable because they're going away. Well, that's not true. They're not going away.
Well, I think YouTube... the argument, though, is the dislikes aren't reliable because of the reason they are claiming they...
So, yeah, just to give some background on this.
Broad overview.
Google is currently looking at refining the way that dislikes are handled. So, a lot of times what will happen, especially if it has anything to do with politics or just a freaking rival YouTube
channel
spat thing...
There's something I could say there about a rival thingy that's going on, but I don't even want to mention the YouTuber's name. So.
I have no idea what you're talking about. And
I have no idea either.
Good.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah. So if we did care about a rival YouTuber or whatever, one could send a whole bunch of people over to dislike their video.
Their army.
Okay.
That's what they call them. The YouTubers that have their own little army, and they go, "Hey, go fuck with that guy."
Right. Yeah. Okay. I always thought it was not your private army, but I guess not. Yeah. Okay. So basically YouTube is trying to combat people just brigading something and disliking it, and they're running through several different options on how to do that. One of them is get rid of dislikes entirely. But another one is make it to where you have to actually watch the flipping video before you just downvote it. Okay. There is also something like having like a credibility score, I think was one of the options, and even up to and including removing the dislike button entirely. So that's basically what they're looking at. It's not just like, hey, I think we're going to remove the dislike button. It's
I mean, they're taking steps.
They're taking steps. Exactly.
I just thought it was very convenient that it's coming on the heels of, I think, the two most disliked videos of all time: YouTube Rewind video and then the Maroon 5 Super Bowl performance video.
Like it was terrible.
Like
both of them were terrible.
I don't want to say. Well, YouTube Rewind by far the most disliked video of all time.
It was awful.
The Maroon 5 Super Bowl, I know they re-uploaded. The NFL has re-uploaded 3 times to erase their dislike score.
Really?
It could be 2 or 3. I don't know the exact number, but it's like 2 or 3 times they've erased the video to get rid of their dislike number, but it keeps coming back, and it's very coincidental.
It's a virus, yeah. It's not.
It's so coincidental that these talks of YouTube removing the dislike button are mitigating it come on the heels of this, where things that are so obviously users do not like them, and they're like, that many people can't dislike these things. We did a good job. Like, nah, dude, your content just sucks sometimes.
Yeah.
It just
fucking
sucks. You done goofed.
You done goofed, yeah.
And I just thought that was super coincidental. Not to say that that's why it's happening, but I don't believe in coincidences. So
fair enough. I don't know. I think it has probably more to do with differing factions, be it political or even people that don't like PewDiePie or whatever.
God damn, you said the YouTuber's name.
But
that was him.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
But I can't think of it. I mean, and I don't watch PewDiePie. I don't watch any YouTuber really, but I can't think of any video that's been like outrageously downvoted, disliked, or whatever that would cause a reaction from YouTube or any other service of itself.
Well, so here's the thing that and correct me if I'm wrong. You guys probably know more about the YouTubes than I do.
About the YouTubes?
You would be surprised.
Well, let's find out. So if your video is downloaded a lot, right? Mm-hmm. Doesn't YouTube still put that towards the top? Because you are, whether you
good
are
or
being
bad,
liked or bad, you're still causing traffic.
No such thing as bad press.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. I don't.
Depends.
We got a comment that says depends. We can't hear you, but we got to. It's a super complicated algorithm, which makes sense because YouTube is one of the most complicated algorithm platform streaming things in the world. I made that up. Pulled that out of my ass.
That was good.
But it sounds complicated, which I would believe because you've got billions of videos being uploaded all day, every day.
Yeah.
I don't know what the actual number is, but it's like an outrageous number of videos being uploaded every day, every minute of every day. And they have to do something to be like, so everything isn't always like constantly popping up to the top.
Yeah.
I made it sound with my mouth. I don't know if you guys could hear it.
I did.
You heard it. I mean, the viewers. Sorry.
They did.
Yeah. But I don't know. Yes, I don't know. Short story, I don't know. I don't know if Zenify knows.
Nah.
Nope, no idea.
Nah, I'm like, I don't know shit, dude.
I have no idea how YouTube's algorithm system works as far as like upvoting or disliking, liking videos and like where it puts it. I think no, because so I watch quite a bit of YouTube under my own account, and I have never seen like the YouTube Rewind. I've never seen that suggested to me. Like even when it was like a thing and people were like actively like going after it, I never saw it recommended to me. and I didn't look for it because why would I want to watch that?
Because what you could do is if someone's disliking YouTube Rewind, let's say, and that person also dislikes something else, right? Then the people that like that something else might like YouTube Rewind. You see what I'm saying?
Wait. If they dislike something,
right,
and they like something else, these people that like this also are going to come back and like this?
If they dislike two things.
Oh, okay.
Using the negative.
No, okay, I got it.
You see what I'm saying?
I got it. Yes.
Yeah, because I did get YouTube Rewind
in your suggested
in
videos.
my suggested videos.
Oh yeah. I mean, I got it suggested.
Interesting.
I did watch it too.
You watched it?
Yeah, I needed to.
Why?
I mean, I watch all of them. I used to love them until this most recent one.
Here's the thing. I didn't know they were a thing until this year.
Oh, really? I've been watching them since like 2012.
I mean, I like to think of myself as quite savvy on the internet. I've never seen a YouTube Rewind. I didn't know they were a thing.
They're very good usually. And when this one dropped, as I was watching it, I was just like super confused. And I'm like, man, I don't get this. Maybe others, like, I'm going to go through comment threads and hopefully get this explained to me. And then I realized, oh shit, it's not just me. It's every fucking one.
Who the fuck are any of these people?
Yeah.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a whole thing in and of itself. Is that I've never seen a YouTube Rewind, so I didn't know it was like such a big thing. I thought it was like this one video is like so abhorrent that people are like.
There's a massive amount of the YouTube community that is very excited to see that every year because all the memes and all the notable items that happen during that selective year is in one video, tuned to a specific track by, DJ Earworm or someone who does mixes.
Are you making up DJ names?
No, his name is DJ Earworm. He takes all the top songs of like that year and then mashes them together and they sound fantastic. Usually 2009 was the best.
For the last 10 years?
Man, you don't know shit, do you?
I don't know shit. Holy fuck. I thought I was internet savvy. What the fuck is this?
Man, dude.
Holy shit.
Sounds like you need one of them keys to the internet.
All right. Well, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, first off, again, I didn't know this was a thing. But I mean, even goes to show that maybe those dislikes were legitimate.
No, they were legit. Well, I mean, they, from actual people responding to it in a, well-organized manner and, non-cancer threads, it seemed like a pretty legit reason to hate it.
So actually, as far as not being aware that they were a thing, you're not alone. In the live stream chat, somebody writes, this is the first time I've heard of it because people whose channel I watch were finally in there.
Oh, and I mean, I don't...
And actually, come to think of it, that's how I became aware of it, too.
That's how I... Actually, no. I mean, that's how I became aware of it in 2012.
I guess I watched super obscure channels.
What do you watch? I don't want to know.
I mean, okay. Honestly,
cheese. Nothing but cheese.
Not that obscure. Like, they're not obscure at all. I watched Linus Tech Tips.
I think he's been in one of the rewinds. Yeah.
I mean, and I might have started watching him.
It
might have been after he was like. It might have been after he was in the video. But like, I didn't watch the video. I just randomly found him. I told you the other day, Seagull for gaming streams and stuff. Yeah. Whatever. I'm not getting to all my streamings. People don't even know that. But if you are interested, just ask me and I'll let you know.
Or will you? You have a problem answering questions.
I answer all the goddamn questions. All right. Any other comments on this right now?
Nah, I think we're good. All right. I mean, I'll follow up. I honestly don't know much about like the social media space, YouTube space, Twitch streaming space, but a colleague of the show, Mindless, knows a fair amount, and so I'll bounce ideas off of him.
I used to know things about YouTube when it was like there were like 5 people, not even streamers. They were just 5 YouTube people, like
5 users, just 5 people,
just 5 users.
One cat video they'd share it.
What was that? The first channel I like really watched religiously. I'm doing finger quotes if you can't see it. Equals 3 with Ray William Johnson.
Oh yeah,
that was one of the first channels I watched
a
like a lot.
Yeah,
and then like. Okay, it was around that time when when that first came out is when I started watching YouTube like a lot. So that'll give you a time frame of like the videos I kind of watched, and I was kind of he might have been in there, but I
know Ray William Johnson was I'm in sure, one early on,
like one of the first ones because like he was their biggest. He wasn't a streamer.
He was a huge content creator.
Content creator, for like a long time.
Very long time.
Yeah.
And then he
did his own thing. And
he's just gone.
He's not gone. Okay, we'll talk about that after the show. And with that. Brings us to the
Well, we were going to talk about one more. Is it the security research?
Yeah.
I mean, I actually tweeted at that guy too.
What?
Tweeted at the security
yeah,
researcher.
yes.
I retweeted him and I DM'd him just because I was curious about it a little bit more. His name is Dalen.
Yeah.
He's just a general security researcher. And one day he was just perusing the interwebs. He was using Shodan, which is a internet of everything, things that you could see, if they're exploitable or just open, just identify tool thing. He was on there and I think he saw casino player rewards numbers, like an authentication server, streaming by.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, that's interesting. And then he picked it up and, from there on, he did, disclose it to the company and stuff like that.
Yeah. And just the company didn't go public with it?
Not yet.
Okay.
But then I think he was going to make a talk about it, or the conference that he went to, and I think it was Switzerland, or maybe it was Sweden. I can't remember. The conference he went to, I think he was going to discuss it, but this company also happened to go there. And the CEO and the COO were there, and allegedly the COO assaulted Dalen. He just grabbed him by, grabbed him,
lapels,
something like that. Allegedly, obviously I wasn't there. Dalen is also looking for witnesses, by the way. But, that seems pretty.
Grabbed him by the lapels and then gave him a kiss, or what?
No. He just he was just very angry at him for disclosing and finding this stuff in this guy's environment, or the casino's environment. I don't think it was a casino. I think it's a third party that does transaction stuff with the casino, and he found a very huge hole.
And you said the COO?
The COO of this company was very angry that he's being called out, I guess, because he didn't.
But he didn't swing on him.
No, he didn't hit him.
Oh.
Yeah. That would have been crazy.
Back when I was a kid, you used to have to actually hit somebody for it to be assault.
I was gonna say I feel like that doesn't qualify as assault, but I mean,
it does.
I'm not gonna disparage this person. That's fine.
Yeah.
And I think the CEO is just mad that someone's trying to out him. That's terrible at his job. I know the CEO is not the CTO, but he's like, hey, don't bring any fucking fire down on my company, dude. I got a sweet setup here.
Yeah, I think it was it was all reported, correctly, responsibly disclosed from what I am aware, and all the bits of contact, even with higher level federal stuff, all the chain of command was accurate, but for some reason this guy just was pissed.
He just lost it because he's unqualified in his position. He was very upset.
He was now under a hot lamp. Why the fuck are you in this position if you can't get all this shit secure? But the weird part about it was, in this story, I don't know if this is accurate, but as the confrontation occurred, the CEO of the company, who was standing right there, was just like, yeah, this is just a thing that happens.
Yeah, well, just hit that guy.
He didn't say anything. He just stood there and was just like, meh.
He just knows the CEO is a hot firecracker.
Yeah, maybe.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. Right. But just a reminder, we're not lawyers. We don't know. We weren't there.
We don't know. Can't comment on it.
Yeah.
I will say we will do more.
That's why everything is alleged.
Allegedly. We'll look more into it, and when something happens after he finds witnesses, we get video footage or something.
Well, the conference does have video footage and stuff like that, but I guess Dalen is looking for eyewitnesses that were there, because there were people there. I mean, it was literally at their booth. He was walking by or walking up, and the executives noticed him or whatever, and it was literally in the booths area. There's other booths around. People saw that shit. Yeah.
So, by the way, just two people have mentioned it, so I'll just go ahead and yes, I am aware that hitting someone is battery and shaking someone is assault. It was a quote from a movie, which I posted in the live stream chat.
Love that movie.
Isn't it so good?
Big Trouble. Oh, it's such a great movie.
One of Dennis Farina's finest moments.
He
was so good.
If you have not seen Big Trouble, I highly advise going to see Big Trouble.
So good.
Anyways.
Yes.
We move forward.
And with that, brings us to the lightning round.
Where are we doing it from this week?
TheHackerNews.com.
Okay.
We're going to TheHackerNews.com.
Are you going to read it and then give your own opinion, since you always give your opinion first?
No, I won't be rude this time. I mean, I'm never rude.
Yeah, you are.
I will let you guys pick who wants to go first. I'm not going to ask you up front. I'm going to let you
go first.
Surprise pick. I don't want to hear what you're going to do.
Okay.
All right. Satcher, do you want to say what the lightning round's about? You have a better explanatory voice than I do.
Okay, so in the lightning round, we are going to read just the headline, just the tip, and only for a second. On the from the hackernews.com. We're just going to read the headline and give a tweet's length. Basically, our hot takes, if you will.
Hot take for the hot cakes.
There you go. Our hot takes on each of the different stories in a tweet's length format.
Cool. And with that, first article.
All right.
Google created faster storage encryption for all low-end devices.
So it's another thing Google created. How long do we think this one's going to last for?
Boy, that hurts. Oh, that hurts.
I mean, I want to make a crack about Chromebooks, but they're freaking fantastic, so I can't do it.
Chromebooks are great.
Chromebooks is awesome.
And I will say, the only thing I'll say about this is, there are a lot of low-end devices with the Google One program in like third world countries and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like in India and whatnot, where they are trying to make a more stable program for those devices. So I think this is a good thing.
Okay.
I think this is actually pretty cool.
Hey, I hope it lasts more than Arlo did or Duo.
Man, I can't say anything. Okay, I can't say anything about that. Google is as Google does.
Oh, Allo.
Yeah. Oh, Allo. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the D-Link.
I love Allo so much, and we move on. Latest iOS 12.1.4 update patches 2 0-day and FaceTime bugs.
Oh, that was interesting because the FaceTime bug that was discovered was just by just a normal kid.
Yeah.
He was just like doing shit on the phone. He just like figured it out, and then the dad, or parental figure, just messaged Apple support and was like, "Hey, I think this is a problem," and it was, and they're actually compensating that kid, as a bug bounty. They're like, "Hey, you found something very critical."
Yeah, because Apple didn't do bug bounties.
No, I don't know if they do, but they're compensating because they literally, this kid found a way to hot mic somebody, just remotely anybody.
Yeah.
And just listening. It was like nothing happened to the phone, just all of a sudden mic's on. Which,
so
they
awesome.
probably already do anyways, NSA, but.
That's so awesome. That is so awesome. Nice. Get this kid a job.
But I mean, he was just screwing around with the phone. Like he wasn't trying to do nothing.
Like
and the most curious people make the best hackers.
Yeah, the hack was literally just like you attempted to call somebody, and then when you just like swiped up and you tried to add another contact in there and did another thing, it just enabled the FaceTime for the other person that was added in without any sort of acknowledgement.
Oh shit! And that's why I don't use FaceTime. Also, I don't have an iPhone, so I can't use FaceTime even if I wanted to.
It was really unfortunate that came out immediately after they were making a big deal of their security at CES.
Yeah. Oh, boy. Tim Cook was not happy about that.
I'm sure.
Speaking of phones, Android phones can get hacked just by looking at a PNG image.
Isn't that really
Wasn't that
old?
like Heartbleed? Or what was that?
That sounds... I didn't read the story, but it sounds like Heartbleed.
Yeah.
Sounds like Heartbleed. If it's a new thing, I'm going to open this up a new tab. I'm not going to look at it right now. And if it's a new thing, get your shit together, Android. All right? Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. All right. Next.
So,
critical Zcash bug could have allowed infinite counterfeit cryptocurrency.
First question, what the fuck is Zcash?
Second question, what the fuck is cryptocurrency?
Yeah, ouch.
Third question, what the fuck is infinite?
Nice.
I don't know the word that may laugh.
Nice. That's a fucking thing. All right, that's it. Last article. That was the last article. Sorry.
All right.
Yeah. So we can end it.
We can end it. Take it out, Satchel.
Oh, well, all right. That brings us to close enough to the end of the show, which means we have run out of time, but we have never run out of things to say.
Shit to say.
Actually, I think we just did, but that's okay.
I mean, I can go on for another half hour if you guys really
So tell me more about CenturyLink. No, I'm kidding.
Oh.
I'm kidding. Join us again next week, like every Friday night at 7:30 p.m. Pacific time at the Sin Shop. Again, we are located at 1075 American Pacific Drive, Suite C in beautiful downtown Henderson, Nevada. Go to sinshop.org for information about the shop, and go to meetup.com/sinshop for information about upcoming events here at the shop. Again, that's SYNSHOP. For more information on us, you can go to Greynoise, that's GREYNOI.SE. I am Richard Satchel.
This is Doxy.
I'm Zenify.
And good night, everyone. Bye.